Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with Eddie. Let's go inside and see who's waiting for us. Hey everyone, Eddie Campos here again with Remax Preferred Associates. It's Coffee with Eddie. We're back here in one of my favorite places, Fitness for All, over here in Maumee on Dussel Road. I'm speaking with the owner, Keith Zoeller, and we've touched on Keith's ability to be able to personalize his attention to his clients to provide an excellent atmosphere to work out. And today we're going to talk about the three things that I know myself personally I've had some struggles with, and that's sleep, rest, those two categories, stretching, and diet. So Keith, I looked up one day that, what's harder to do, go without sleep or go without food and water? And it's actually harder to go without sleep. We're busy guys. It's hard to get that rest, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And what happens too is not only when you take the time to actually sit down and rest, it depends on how you can shut your mind down. A lot of people can actually, take a time period where they're going to rest, but if they're busy like you and with the stuff you are and the way you're built, Eddie, your mind doesn't stop. And it's kind of like me in the past. I might fall asleep for 2 or 3 hours and then I'm waking up and I'm thinking. So that rest is huge in your life. But it's also finding a way that you can relieve stress, and you can also relieve tension and everything else, so the rest period's a lot different. And a lot of that goes with nutrition, Eddie. When people start eating healthier, they sleep better, they sleep harder, and they get the rest.
Sure, if you're somebody who may be having a Coke or two with your dinner, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, that caffeine starts to kick in.
It's gonna affect them drastically.
It's gonna affect your rest, and it's gonna affect your nutrition for the rest.
Drastically.
Correct?
Yep.
So
yep.
I'm not getting enough water in.
Yep.
So you know what my goals have been, and you personalized a diet for me. And for what I wanted to accomplish, we narrowed the diet down to lots of chicken, fish, vegetables, and there's some certain things to stay away from. But I also see some bodybuilders that are out there and they're taking in lots of carbs, and it's because they're leaner, correct?
Yes, and carbs aren't the enemy. With all the nutrition plans today, with the macros and the calorie counting and how they do with points and stuff, it's all about calorie counting. And what happens is when you're calorie deficient, eventually human nature, we're gonna start eating again. We're gonna go through periods where we crash and overdo and fall into the mindset of eating more and more and defeat it. And then all of a sudden, it's even worse on your body, so you get the rebound effect. So carbs aren't the enemy. You definitely need them, but it's different time periods that you can put in nutrition plans with people, and it's different time periods that you can put it in the day, and how you mix it with other foods, and that's how it breaks down.
So it's probably where the cravings come in, right?
Yes, drastically.
I missed a meal or two, I get home, I'm starving, and it's like, oh my gosh, my wife has made beef and noodles, and I'm just...
Delicious.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's important to stay on top of those things. So when you're busy, planning your meals is ideal.
Huge, and I mean, that's in everything you do in life. If you're not planning, you're not succeeding. Right. Well, the biggest thing I go over a lot of times with people when it comes to nutrition is planning ahead, and also preparing ahead, because if you can prepare ahead, we always have the best intentions, but when someone like you gets really busy or someone like me gets caught up in our day, we almost forget the eating part. So it's almost too late, and then that's when your cravings come more and everything else. So it's preparing and planning.
So then finally, the warm-up. I know I've been guilty of this. I want to get in here and just get it done. I might be running a little bit late, and I'll just push that warm-up to the side. But especially when you start to get a little bit bigger and stronger, those muscles get harder, right?
Yes, and and recovery and warm-up is huge. And I call it kind of the meat and potatoes part that we do all the time, and we forget the little stuff, the accessory stuff that's so important. And the stretching, when it comes to taking that time aside, we don't even put that in our plan for our workout. We put that time in our plan for our workout of working out. So whenever we don't plan for that, we do the same thing.
And then without that warm-up, it could promote injury in the future.
Injury and also aches and pains. That's where you get your stress movements and stress areas and stuff. So yeah, it's very huge, just as important.
Yeah, and then that could deflate any of your motivation for trying to keep that workout going, so it kind of works against itself.
And what I do with a lot of clients, and then also too with myself, is I plan a one day for just that too. So not only do I plan the time of a 10 or 15 minute workout before I get started, of a warm up before I get started, I also plan a day of the week where I just take accessory stuff of stretching. So it makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. And for myself, like I've been trying to focus more on my legs. I can tell that even though I'm not sore, things are a little bit tighter and makes it a little bit more difficult. So I make a fall, I stumble, those parts of the body could promote some
stressed
injury.
area is the first one to happen.
Yep.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in this past month. We've been here at Fitness for All with my buddy Keith Zoeller, the owner of Fitness for All, and we've been trying to find that third leg of the tripod, the mental and spiritual well-being, and now the physical well-being. I hope this information was helpful for you, and we'll see you next month.